Hello everybody! In this video I will go through the redesign of an asset taken from a published video game and see if I can improve it. I will show why I felt the need to do this, my design choices and my process to showcase my concept. I was playing this very cool game called The Sinking City by Frogwares. The game is set in a fictional New England town called Oakmont and is directly based on Howard Philip Lovecraft's tales of cosmic horror, fear and madness. While I was playing The Sinking City, I was struck by a particular building. It's an old mansion called Blackwood Manor, sitting at the top of a small peninsula and overlooking the harbor area. Its look should convey a certain importance, age and menace. It partly succeeds, but the more I looked at it, the more I found issues in its design. Just to be clear, I think the people at Frogwares did an incredible job on the game. Its environments and mood are extremely immersive. I realized that they cannot give every single asset the attention it needs. All I wanted to do was to give this place some extra love without demeaning the work of the developers. While playing, I started mentally taking notes of everything I thought that needed revision. My conclusions were the following. The building has no resemblance to anything built in the area at the time. The size of the building is too big. From a distance, the house could be mistaken for a hospital or a prison. There is no need for it to be 3 stories high, since when we entered the building, we explore only 2 floors above ground and 2 underground. The silhouette of the mansion is very simple and blocky. Now, there's a spoiler coming here. The front entrance is blocked in the game, so we have to enter from the secondary one. Here, the rear entrance is curiously awkward, unassuming, and inconsistent with the overall design of the house, probably as a decoy to divert players' attention. Anyway, I still think it needs better composition and details. The proportions of its elements look weird. Columns are too big, their capitals don't follow any classical style, nor do the decorative elements like moldings and balustrades. There are random elements, like balconies, that make the mansion look like a modern apartment building rather than an old house. Its materials are uniformly glossy. This could be due to it being right above the shore in a very humid environment, but the final effect looks like transparent icing on a cake. So I collected a good deal of reference material, and I did some studies on the architecture of the American colonial period and of later periods. The overall feeling I wanted it to have was of an important building relative to its setting. I mean, we are in a small town. The Blackwood family are notable in the city, but they are not nationwide celebrities. The building should stand out, but not be a huge mansion. Important, kinda elegant, but not too stately or luxurious. I didn't like the facing of the building. I thought about turning it to face the town center, but it would have sat awkwardly across the peninsula, so in the end I ditched the idea. I wanted the house to have no more than 2 stories above ground to reduce its scale and to make it consistent with the interior. The silhouette could be made more dynamic by adding chimneys, these massive chimneys made with bricks. My goal for the architectural design was for it to have elements of the Georgian style with later additions in the Greek Revival style. I think this could help to convey the idea that the house is old and it was modified during its lifetime, as it often happens. The decoration of the original asset was a little too fancy, and I wanted to tone it down. In place of the columns, I used stout square pillars. I made the window frames simpler and removed the balustrades. I wanted the building to give the player subtle clues about itself. Currently, it's the house of a deranged cultist named Ebernot Blackwood, who dabbles with magic and worships a sea monster. I imagined he might have redecorated the place with reference to his beliefs. I redesigned all the moldings and architectural elements to be historical correct as much as possible, using as reference photos, old pattern books, and my own sketches of ancient monuments. This is much easier than coming up with invented details, which usually end up being off and spoil the believability of the design. To enhance the idea of a building projected towards the sea, I added a bow window on the short side of the house, facing the open sea. I think it strengthens the relationship with the environment and breaks the strong symmetry of the facade. In my own personal timeline, the bow window was added decades after the main building, as needs and tastes change. I liked the stark color scheme of the original building, so I made my own version with similar materials. The facade is made of dark gray bricks. Everything else is a grimy, whitish plaster. Sculptures and decorative elements are dark, oxidized bronze. I wanted the materials to give the idea of age and of the corrosive action of seawater. I will speak briefly about the process. As usual, I started with lists of requirements and with sketches. Requirements and functions help ground the design in both the historical setting and the game setting. When in doubt, the needs of the gameplay have precedence, because I'm developing a project for an entertainment product, not for a historical reconstruction. I use 3D modeling first and foremost to validate the choices made while sketching. I start blocking in the solution I find more convincing and see if it still keeps up when I translate it into 3 dimensions. 3D modeling takes time, and between one session and the other, I have time to ponder on my design choices. It often happens that I open up the 3D file and I notice something that I don't like. So I make changes and I experiment. The model is not meant to be accurate from the point of view of a 3D artist. It must be good enough, editable, lightweight, and give some information about colors, lighting, and textures, because I will eventually paint over the renderings in Photoshop. Therefore, the model doesn't have to be perfect. Next step is to produce the images that will showcase my concept. This part is mostly adding details, taking away details when not needed, adding dirt and placing the house in its context. I took a screenshot from the game, removed the existing asset, and overlaid my design. The whole process took time. Researching, sketching, modeling and painting required a lot of my spare time. Since I'm pretty sure the developers did not have all the time I had, I don't blame them for not going more in depth into design of this asset. So, let me know in the comments if you liked the video and if you have any questions. See you in the next video, which at this pace will be online in 2027. Bye!